Well, hello and welcome back to MBE Box Office, where we discuss and break down the top 10 best performing movies in the United Kingdom's box office. And Stephen, this is for the weekend of July 5th to 7th, 2019. What do we have in at number one?
Number one this week, John, it's Spider-Man Far From Home. In its first week, it's 8.4 million over the weekend, 14.2 million overall.
I'm going to start by saying something completely unrelated to Spider-Man Far From Home. Deeply concerned by some of the noises I'm hearing coming from outside. Very concerned. But we'll crack on with the show because we will try to remain
professionals.
Fairly professional, yeah. But we will get into Spider-Man Far From Home. As you did say, Stephen, opened, it's obviously a week behind. This show always is, just the nature of the box office. It doesn't update quite as frequently over here as it does in the States. Box Office Mojo, get your finger out please. But look, £14.2 million after its first weekend is very impressive indeed. And you go in and look at the international figures, which I do believe are more up to date. $847 million worldwide, $160 million budget. Made an incredible profit once again. I want to say for jointly Sony and Disney, Marvel. Now Stephen, this is quite important because I did see reporting earlier that week there, last week it is now, that if this movie didn't crack $1 billion worldwide, that Sony had a clause within this deal with Marvel Disney that they could take the Spider-Man franchise back to their own sort of a budding villainous universe. So first and foremost, I'm glad to see that it's finally got up, because when I heard this news, it was only sitting at around $600 million, so it's getting ever closer to $1 billion. So I'm just pleased to see.
I don't know if Sony would want to do that though. Why would they want to take back I don't want to say a failed superhero, because certainly isn't it Spider-Man, for crying out loud, but
I have to say though, Stephen, one thing before
gave them the option, that was what was concerning,
The fact Columbia came up at the start, that was actually pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
It was a good film, John.
Yeah,
we did say
really
we were going to go and see it, and we did. I felt it was better than Homecoming. Just my personal experience. We do have a review or two coming up very shortly on the blog rundown covering this film, John, but I'd just like to touch on it very briefly because that's not what this show's about anyway. But I liked it, and I liked the Mysterio character. I thought there was a few twists and turns in it I did like. Visually, it was probably one of the best MCU films as well. You said it to me today, it was very reminiscent, the visuals of Doctor Strange. Yeah,
it was just the fact that Mysterio has those great powers where he can manipulate reality, and he's also using holographic things from these drones and whatnot, Stark Industries drones. It was very, very cool, Stephen, the way they utilised those effects, obviously, from the drones to project these towering elemental figures. Really enjoyed the character of Mysterio, incidentally. Obviously Quentin Beck, I really like Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor. Fantastic. Tremendous actor. I don't think I've seen the guy in a bad movie, and he's not in a bad movie again here. He really is terrific as you can understand, I don't want to see out and out antagonist because he's a grey.
We'll try and keep it spoiler free as well.
We'll keep it spoiler free, he's in the grey zone. You can understand his motives.
But you got that from the trailer, John. That absolutely was very positioned. So.
But there's a great sequence explaining why he's in this position he's in without giving it away.
It's very
as you did say. Tom Holland, again, terrific, as Peter Parker. The guy just knows how to play the character. Seen a great video of him when he was younger, maybe 3, 4, 5 years back. It was probably further back again, where he says he was asked if he could play any character in a movie. He says maybe Peter Parker Spider-Man in 5 to 10 years time, and now he's playing him. For
Living the dream,
For me, I've always says he is my best Peter Parker. Spider-Man 2, still the greatest Spider-Man movie ever made.
I do agree with that,
But Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker just because of the youthful exuberance he brings to the role. He's not yet became, I think he's a reporter, I'm pretty damn sure he is.
Photographer.
Photographer. And obviously he's not quite reached that stage yet. He's still at school. And that's one final thing I'll add before we move on, because as you did say, Stephen, we have multiple movies to speak about, and we're going to speak about this on the blog rundown. But just the relationship between him and obviously Zendaya's character, MS, I don't know what the hell, MJ, sorry, it's not actually Mary Jane, it's something else.
Michelle.
Changing up Michelle. That was a really cool relationship. It was a believable one, and they're actually together, I think, in real life, so the chemistry's real. So I really enjoyed that. I think they're together in real life, so that great chemistry is palpable. And it really helps the role.
Moving on, John, to number 2 this week, and its third week, it's Toy Story 4. It's grossed it's over the weekend 5.5 million and overall 36.4 million.
Yeah, Stephen, very impressive, I have to say, once again, for Toy Story. I think this is probably one of the best performing ones. It's already sitting at number 2 in the franchise overall in terms of the global box office performance. And globally, it has grossed $771 million, which is incredible. Once again, it's going to hit $1 billion. In terms of the story itself, Stephen, I did finally get a chance to see it, and I did say to you, I was quite disappointed by it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I can't put my finger on it. Something didn't quite hit off for me. I felt the plot was just, it wasn't what I've grown accustomed to see from a Pixar.
Run of the mill, wasn't it?
Run of the mill.
Yeah.
Can off to say forky. There's obviously allegorical themes going on underneath with Woody and whatnot. He's obviously juggling existential sort of equations in his mind. What it means to be a toy. Should he do this? Should he move on? Or continue on in the path that we love and know from previous movies? There's questions being pondered in there. As ever, they know how to deliver quite clever plots and whatnot, superficial stuff for the children, and deeper, darker sort of existential, as I did say, questions for older people. But for me, it didn't quite hit off. It wasn't a terrible movie, obviously not. You get what you're getting with a Toy Story movie, first and foremost. The voice acting from Tom Hanks and whatnot, Tim Allen. Just simply
Keanu
stunning.
Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Duke Kaboom, one of my favourite characters in the movie though. What's it? He said something about I Sure Canada or something like that. Something like that along those lines. But he was a very cool character. I liked his little sort of insecurity in his mind that he couldn't live up to the hype of the advertisements when he was bought as obviously his kid bought him. And that was a cool little side plot that they had going on. I really enjoyed him. Out with that, obviously you've got Annie Potts coming back as Bo Peep and that. I did enjoy that chemistry between her and Woody, but as I did say, Stephen, without getting too deeply into it, this is primarily a facts and figures show. We're only into our second movie and we're already 8 minutes into the show, so we'll have to crack on. But it wasn't quite as good. It's certainly not better than Toy Story 3, which is still perhaps that number 1 of my 2 favourite. This is probably slightly below 2 for me in the worst in the franchise.
Possibly, yeah. Number 3 this week, John, it's yesterday in its second week. It's grossed another 1.6 million over the weekend and overall 6.3 million. I went along to see this film, John.
Still not seen it yet?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt we'll be talking, this is another one that's going to go in the blog rundown. I felt the storyline was pretty weak. It's what you expected from what you got from the trailer, basically. The usage of the music was surprising to me. I felt that they covered quite a lot of the tracks, to be fair. You know, mostly the hits, some album tracks as well. Nice little cameo in there as well. I don't really want to say too much because I know you've not seen the film yet.
Well, Stephen, I have seen that end scene.
Right, okay.
Because if you do recall, it leaked.
I
watched that. I've not seen the movie yet, but I've seen that great sequence.
For anyone it's not, I think it's actually been pulled from YouTube since then. So I don't really want to get too much into it. It's a nice little. It's quite emotional actually.
It's very cool.
And it's a nice little touch, and it kind of brings the character of Jack Malik.
Jack Malik.
Back down to earth. You know, when he's having these doubts about this situation, this scene really does nail it. But we'll move on, John. To unless you want to do the overall.
Overall it's grossed just over $80.5 million worldwide, $26 million budget. Well on its way to having a decent little profit, and I'm glad for Danny Boyle and whatnot because it's a cool concept, a cool story, something out of the ordinary. I think Nicholas Lyndhurst is it from Only Fools.
Yeah, that's right.
He says that it
was Good Night, Sweetheart.
Semi ripping off Good Night, Sweetheart, but it's not. It's a cool little concept. And after he get ditched in acrimonious circumstances from Bond 25, I'm glad to see that he's had success with his next release. So I'll get around to seeing it. I'm a big Beatles fan.
I'd recommend it, John. Number 4 this week, it's Westlife, the 20 tour live. It's in its first week, it's grossed £900,000 over the weekend and of course overall.
I've not got much to add to this one, Steve. Never was a big Westlife fan. I think I can
it's a 20th anniversary thing or something like that since they came out.
I don't think I can even tell you any of their songs.
I always get mixed up between them and Boyzone, so I don't want to embrace myself. I've just did that by stating that fact. But listen, we'll move on, John, to number 5 this week. I'm pretty sure Westlife fans have come out in numbers to see this film. So good luck to them. Number 5 this week is Midsommar in its first week. It's £800,000 over the weekend, John, and of course overall.
Yes, Stephen, and worldwide, it's not actually got any worldwide figures, actually. I'm slightly confused by that. It's just been released in the States, and it's sitting at $18.4 million. So that, in conjunction with what you says over here, which is 800,000, it's just sitting over $9 million then, I want to say.
All right, okay.
It's quite underwhelming. I don't know what the budget cost would be. I presume it wouldn't be that big. Mostly been set sort of a rural,
Sweden.
Sweden.
Sweden costs you a fortune.
No, true saying that. Perhaps is that not Norway? It's quite expensive. Perhaps Sweden is expensive as well. But yeah, it's mostly sort of a rural, kind of a woodland Swedish setting. Yeah. So I can't imagine they've utilised much money creating this movie. No. It's an intriguing story. I've not had a chance to see it yet. I'm trying to catch up. I'm behind, thanks to the move. But Ari Aster, the guy knows how to make a gripping, slow burn sort of a movie. I heard him speaking about it. Yeah. How this is even more slow burn than Hereditary was, and that was a slow burn movie. He says that it's deliberate. He likes to get the audience in, have the world to envelop them, and then
understand the characters.
Understand the characters a second, what's going on, and then he likes to hit them with several gut punches. I know that it's going to be a fantastically crafted movie, Stephen. I did go and see Hereditary. It really was a beautifully crafted horror, really full of tension, balancing sort of existential questions, grief and whatnot. And this is going to be the same. It will be balancing some really intriguing themes. It will be stunningly shot, and it will have some great horror elements, as he did say, without having to jump to cheap parlour tricks and jump scares, which is not really his style. No. So I'll definitely get around to seeing this, and I'll help it on its way to hopefully some box office success and a profit. Yeah,
I'll certainly be joining you on that one, John, because I'm very interested.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah, we'll move on though to number 6 this week. It's the Queen's Corgi, and its first week it's grossed £500,000 over the weekend, and of course overall.
Yeah, obviously the Queen is fond of her corgis, Stephen. Yeah, she's had a good solid, I want to say 24.
Yeah, class little dogs as well.
They are great little dogs. I recall having some sort of interactions with one in my job, and it was they're very cool dogs. Very, very sort of intelligent little animals and cuddly in their own way. Look, this one though, I'm not talking about real life corgis. This is an animation, Stephen.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard of it.
No.
Can't lie, I don't even know who's directed it. I've never heard of these chaps. Perhaps you can do some digging.
Well, listen, John, I was just looking at the cast there. I'm not even familiar with the cast. No. It's a very unknown cast to me anyway.
And it's getting terrible ratings on Rotten IMDb.
Yeah, 4.7 out of 10. It's very disappointing. Just looking at some of the screenshots, actually the animation looks actually quite impressive.
Pretty cool, yeah.
That certainly does look like the Queen.
But they got that signed off. That's what I want to know, Stephen.
Yeah, for dog's sake, yeah.
The directors have only been involved in 4 movies. One was a short, and none of them I've heard of, Stephen. And in terms of box office worldwide, it doesn't have any figures, because the movie has not been released worldwide.
No.
It's a very British-centric movie. Yeah. Well, I say that. There's a lot of royalists in the States and whatnot. I'm not a royalist by any means, so it's perhaps not the film for me. I do like a dog, but I'm not going to go and watch this and this.
I'll probably catch this on Sky Movies or something, John. I'm not really going to go out my road, to be honest with you. But we'll move on to number 7 this week. It's, of course, Aladdin. Disney's Aladdin, it is, and it's in its 7th week, grossing £400,000 over the weekend and a massive £35 million overall.
£35 million overall is incredible for another Disney remake, Stephen. We're, of course, coming up to the release of The Lion King.
Yeah.
We've already had Dumbo.
This Friday, yeah.
Aladdin. We're going to get The Lady and the Tramp later on in the year, if indeed we do get it, because it's debuting on Disney
I'm keeping my eye on the the developments of the Disney Plus.
I think we have to wait till next year, unless Brexit happens in October. In which case they can circumvent those crazy EU laws which stop them from. I think it's some issue with publishing or distributing things, and they can't do it. And they're trying to iron out some of the kinks, so maybe next year for Lady and the Tramp, but I digress. It's Aladdin we're speaking about, Stephen.
Yeah.
$960 million worldwide, $183 million budget. Huge success for the Guy Ritchie remake. I really enjoyed it. I went and seen it. I know a lot of people don't like these Disney remakes, think they're painted by number remakes. They lack the soul of the originals, but as Stephen, we've spoke about regarding some of the early critic reviews for The Lion King, I don't share that view.
No.
You've always got the original to go back and watch. It's always there, and these are just retellings for a new generation, or people like myself who want to go down a nostalgia trip and see this in a different sort of a spectrum, different medium. Mina Massoud, fantastic. Naomi Scott, absolutely fantastic. She got her own tailor-made song for this. They like to introduce new songs for these new remakes. I think Beyonce's got one for The Lion King. And the chap who played Jafar, Marwan Kenzari. A little bit more effeminate, I think I want to say effeminate is the word. Not quite as sort of nefarious and just as scary as a whole, but perhaps that's because I wasn't a child when I went and seen this. Perhaps he was just the same as in the animated, but he was very good as the antagonist anyway. Thoroughly deserving of its success.
I still maintain, in my opinion, that these films are being made for this generation. You know, the kids that are maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. I can speak personally from my own daughter who's 6, who's not interested in looking at the old animations. She's more interested in the live action. So I understand where Disney are coming from a business point of view. They're looking to the future, you know. But I do get, you know, people that have grown up with the animations. Myself, although I've not seen Aladdin since probably the 90s anyway, so when I came into this film, it was kind of with fresh eyes. I knew the story, but I was doing my best not to make those comparisons, but I do understand why a lot of people do, and it is going to be the same for Lion King, unfortunately. But I'm looking forward to seeing that film as well. But
Stephen, how could I briefly discuss this movie and not mention Will Smith? Jesus Christ, I went through the cast, I didn't mention Will Smith's Genie. Done a fantastic job as well. Hats off to you, Will.
There was a lot of pressure on that man, and
really
I
was.
think he handled it well.
He did.
But we'll move on, John, to number 8 this week. It's Casino Royale, still holding in there, and it's 5th week for this secret cinema thing.
Yes.
And it's grossed another £400,000 over the weekend, 2.5 million overall. This is astounding.
It really is. Stephen, I can't get the number of theatres for some reason. I've not got the page open. There we go, I have now. 1 theatre. It's down 10 theatres this weekend.
It's
just
crazy.
A 3% drop in performance off of 1 theatre. £352,000 off of 1 theatre. It's just extraordinary. 5 weeks. We see this every year, I think. There's different ones they do. I can't recall the previous ones. I think it was Blade Runner and maybe something else.
Yeah, that's right. Blade Runner.
It's an intriguing concept. We've spoke about it before, but look, hats off to them. They obviously get a nice little number worked up here, and someone's raking it in. I don't know if it's actually an independent. I don't know who the studio is, who was involved in the original Casino Royale, but they're saying independent here, so Secret Cinema has clearly got a nice little deal with the studio, and they are raking it in. Hats off to them.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll move on to number 9 this week, John. It's Anna in its 1st week. It's grossed £200,000 over the weekend, and of course overall we did a trailer reaction for this maybe about a month ago or something, John. Very impressed with the choreography and the fighting scenes from what we saw. Is it a film you think you'll go along to see in the cinema, John?
I think it is, based on the trailer alone, Stephen. I may look at the early critical sort of a response, but certainly on the IMDb, 6.7 out of 10. Standard fare for this sort of an action thriller movie, slick choreographical movie. Got a great cast, Helen Mirren, Luke Evans, a guy I really enjoy watching 9 times out of 10. Cillian Murphy, another guy who just seems to hit the ball out of the park more times than not in his movies. Very underrated actor for me. Alexander Petrov as well rings a bell. There's a couple of people in there. Really good cast, an interesting sort of a story. It's just this sort of secret agent goes around and, as they say, unleashes her indelible strength and skill to become one of the world's most feared government assassins. So it's an intriguing plot, as you did say. Felt like a female John Wick movie. Very slick, beautifully shot, great action sequences. I'm on board for it, Stephen. I definitely will go and give it a bash. Certainly worldwide, 10.9, just under $11 million. Haven't got budget information, but I hope it does well, because look, by all accounts it was a pretty cool $30 million budget. That's a flop.
Luke Besson's involved as well, John. He was involved in obviously the Taken franchise. Not sure if he actually directed them. He was involved in the writing, I know that. And of course that film with Scarlett Johansson, Lucy, which I actually thought was decent.
Intriguingly, Stephen, I just checked, as I did say there, $30 million budget. $11 million after its 1st week. It's struggling. Could this be these misogynistic male figures again coming in to disrupt another female-led movie? Who knows? We've seen Tim Miller coming out and destroying people, supposed misogynists, for hating against the new Terminator movie. Is this them striking again? Who knows? I'm not one of them, because I'm going to go and watch it.
Okay. Number 10 this week, John. It's Rocketman. In its 7th week, it's grossed on a £200,000 over the weekend, 22.6 million overall.
Yes, 180, just short of $180 million worldwide, $40 million budget. Dexter Fletcher has done it again with another musical release. Stephen, we've spoken about this movie twice on the Blog Rundown. We've been speaking about it for the better part of 2 months. We both enjoyed it. It was a great out-and-out musical. great utilisation of the great man's words and songs, obviously. I don't want to say Elvis again because when we did the blog rundown, I did have to cut because I kept having it in my head. I wanted to say Elvis. It's not Elvis. Elton Hercules John. Fantastic sort of a representation of the man's life. So another great performance from Taron Egerton. A really talented sort of a actor in the mould of a Hugh Jackman. Can sing, can dance, can act.
Yeah.
Not much more to add though. It's a success, and it's really just now whether we'll see Taron Egerton perhaps being nominated for some awards come award season like Rami Malek did with Bohemian Rhapsody.
I'm sure he will, John.
Yes, but look, Stephen, that's going to wrap up this week's box office. What did you guys make of the various different movies in the box office? What did you make of Spider-Man Far From Home? Did you really enjoy Quentin Beck, played by Jake Gyllenhaal? Do you think Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker, or is it still Tobey Maguire? What did you make of Toy Story 4? Do you think it was underwhelming like me, or is it a tearjerker extravaganza that you really enjoyed? What did you make of Yesterday and all the other movies in this week's box office? If you've got anything to say, comment below and let us know in the comment section. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this going forward, and we'll be back tomorrow with MBE Heroes.